Hey Facebook Live, this is Robin Kirby Gatto, the last sourdough cooking in relation to getting it out of the oven. But before I get it out of the oven, and I might come on later once I cut it so you can see the inside of it later on this afternoon with Rich eating it with a little bit of butter. I just wanted to mention a couple things. I've got a cooling rack ordered off Amazon, 2 came in a pack. I'll put that up on the video on my YouTube channel. It's on my Tablet site. Hey, Linda. And I'm letting you look at a couple of discard jars that I have where I take the excess starter that is just too much in my mason jar. I'll end up putting it in here. And so most people feed their starters a lot. And so they have to discard some, get rid of some. And so I have 2 discard jars that I keep in the refrigerator, but I still feed from time to time just to keep them healthy. So this is one, and there's a lot of discard recipes. There's also a sourdough discard recipe Facebook page if you want to join that. And I also keep some discard in here as well, and it's a lot bigger. And you can actually see the bubbles in that. I haven't taken it out of the fridge in a long time, but I use this also for my discard. Also, for this particular discard, I noticed a covering that they call, I believe, hooch, and it's like a brownish light green. It's nothing to worry about. You just scoop it off and make sure you get it totally out of the jar and then close the jar. And so I like to take care of my starters. That's just one FYI. Also, just to let you know, because we invest in a butter dish. Butter dishes are very expensive. We got this for 50% off or more at Sur La Table, which looks like Sur La Table. It's a Deruta piece that we got 50% off. We use a block of butter. So over in Europe, they generally use a block of butter. And so we like keeping our butter in this. And this is something you might want to consider, to have a butter dish so that you can always have it available to make some garlic toast or cinnamon toast with stevia and cinnamon and butter. Also, FYI, and I'm looking, it's still 8 more minutes, cutting a sourdough. We have a regular cutting knife, a bread knife, but this is a fiddle kind of knife, and I got this off Etsy, and it has a safeguard on it that you can put on it. This is a phenomenal little piece, and this guy is actually from Huntsville, Alabama. I didn't know he lived in Alabama. He told me once I bought it. This is a phenomenal piece, and this right here I think is cherry wood, and so I still have the tag on it, and it is Smoky Mountain Bow Knife. This is cherry, and just FYI, his number's 256-504-1310, 256-504-1310, and they are out of Huntsville, Alabama, and he makes this. Then I also, because I just had to do it, get a breadcrumb tray. This is absolutely beautiful. Look how amazing this is. Is that not amazing? And so the top, you put the bread on it, and instead of getting crumbs all over your counter, you can get the crumbs in here, and I need to clean it out, and just empty those crumbs, but you can just sit the bread on top of this. Don't sit it on top of it to cool, because this isn't an adequate cooling rack. It's a breadcrumb tray. And so when I get the bread out, it's going to be cooking for 55 minutes. Depending on how brown it is and how brown I would like it, it's going to determine whether I leave it uncovered and put it in another 5 to 10 minutes, which is very common with bigger loaves. But when I get it out, I've got this cooling rack, and I'm going to keep it on here for at least 2 hours. 2 hours, and I'm going to let it cool. And then later, I'm going to put it on the breadcrumb tray. And when I get ready to cut it up, I'm going to cut it up on the breadcrumb tray. Also, and it's 6 more minutes. I thought I would have a lot to say in this time, so you can see it. But I'll go ahead and take it out after I'm through talking, and you can see it. And I'll probably will put it back in. Also, I love this idea. I wanted to show you this. This is the bags that I got. I really, really like these bags. I got them off Amazon, and I'll put the link in it. I put our daily bread in this. If you want to put your daily bread in it, you can as well. And I use one over and over again, so I might use the same one for about 2 weeks and then get a new one. But it's plastic-like as well as a thick, it's all plastic inside, if you can see inside. And it unfolds, and so you can do it to keep your bread in your house. And what's really cool is if you decide to give it away as a gift, which I did for my mom and my oldest son and his wife, is it has cool stickers that you can peel off. And after you roll this, which I'll use this one for this new loaf after it cools, and I don't put it in this for at least maybe 6 hours. I'll just make sure that there's not going to be any sweating. And so I'll leave the bread out and make sure it's thoroughly cool, because if you put it in this too soon, even probably after 4 hours, there might be a little sweating. I don't know. I just don't want to take a chance because it happened to me before. And so you have these little bags available. It is still about 5 minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and pull it out. I'm probably going to have to put it back in because it's not going to be dark enough. But let me go ahead and pull it out so you can look at it. It smells good. It is, whoo, it is hot. Now I'm going to turn it a little bit this way. And I'm going to try to wrestle with this top and take it off. It's just a little bit different. Woo! You see that steam? So I'm going to put it back in for another 10 minutes, but I just want to show you how it looks, and I'm going to let it brown with the top off. I'm not going to put the top on it. I'm just going to show you how it looks right now, how big it is. Look how much bigger that is. Is that not big? And so I'll put the final pic up on my YouTube video as that actual screen, hopefully, if it fits. And this will be a lot browner. So I'm going to put it in 10 more minutes, lid off, and let it brown. And then I'll put it on the cooling rack. I hope you've enjoyed this sourdough experience. And later on, I might come back and at the end of the day, cut a piece for Rich and let you see the inside and get his judgment on how the bread tastes. God bless you. I'll see you later.